Hi everyone, I am Sadia Raza, your special educator or trainer. Today we are going to discuss the topic of toilet training for children. This is a concern for many parents as they worry about the best way to train their children for using toilet independently. This is indeed an important life skill that children must learn. We should toilet train children as early as possible as this may cause issue especially when we are outside our home and kids have to use bathroom on their own. But this skill is also important even if you are at home. Gifted children comparatively take more time to develop this skill because of sensory issues. However, we should keep trying. And if you follow the steps that I am going to discuss in this video, I hope your children will learn faster about using toilet independently. If you work with your gifted children by first understanding their sensory challenges, you may find better result. We often observe that special need children are mostly dependent upon diaper use. We also use diaper for normal children, but if we remove diaper from their routine, they may toilet train faster. Use of diaper becomes a hurdle in toilet training. If your child make his or her bed wet at night, you may use diaper. However, the use of diaper during the day should be reduced as much as possible. The habit of diaper is difficult to give up. We should stop using diaper after 1.5 to 2 years as the use of diaper is a very big hurdle in toilet training. Let us have a look at the reasons because of which gifted children take longer to toilet train. Why don't they learn like other normal children? The first issue is communication difficulty. Since they don't know communicate their need of using toilet, it is hard for parents to know when to take them to the toilet. When these children make their pants wet, don't shout at them or show anger as they don't know why they are doing it. Their sensory issues make them unable to understand that they must communicate to their parents when they want to use toilet. This is why we must understand where our child is facing difficulty and then work with the child to solve this difficulty. You can also use signs to teach your children. If your child is not able to go to the toilet because of physical or other disability, you can take the child to the toilet when you feel that he or she should go to the toilet. Similarly, when you go to the toilet, let your child know that you are going to use the toilet and emphasize that when he or she has to use toilet, they should also go to the toilet. You can also signal toward the toilet and say this is where we go when we have to use toilet. An important thing to notice here is to understand the word that your child uses or recognizes for poo and pee. This will help you start the child's training by using these familiar words which you can fix later. You can show the child a picture of the toilet or commode to prompt that he or she wants to go to toilet and then immediately take the child to the toilet so that he or she understand that whenever they have to go to the toilet, they should point to the photo. You can also paste this photo at multiple places in your house so that the child find it easy to point to any of them when needed. During training, you should take your child to the toilet every hour so that you can learn the timing of their toilet use or need and the child also become familiar with the place. This should be specifically done after every meal. You should stay calm during this entire period. You should also be ready to help the child in case he or she cannot take off or put on her clothes. Some children face difficulty because of the toilet seat, especially when you lift them in your lap or have a commode at home. This is especially important when children cannot touch their feet on the ground while sitting on the seat. This makes them feel insecure. To make them comfortable, you can put a stool under their feet. You can use reinforcement techniques to make your child sit on the toilet seat for longer time. Some reinforcement techniques include playing music, video games, showing favorite toy or talking to the child so that he or she spend enough time on the toilet seat. After trying all these techniques, if you feel that your child has started telling you about their need to use toilet, even if this is through science, this is a good improvement. If we consider sensory issues of gifted children, some of them may feel uncomfortable with the look, smells, sound or light in the toilet area. If this is true, you should try to stay around your child during toilet use so that the child gets used to these things. You can use air freshener to reduce smell. In order to make your child feel comfortable, you can inform him that we will go outside the bathroom soon. Another technique that really works well is to tell the kid that I will count till 10 and then we can go and play. You can use cards to count till 10. This prompting works really well with kids. Because of some sensory issues like internal body awareness, which is also called interoception, children are unable to communicate their toilet need. This is the reason parents must educate their gifted children about the difference between being wet and dry. This is very important when you are training your child for using toilet independently. Children must know the difference between being dry and wet. Some children have weaker interoception system, which is also called inner body awareness. Because of this, children are unable to differentiate between being dry and wet. That's why parents should educate their children about it. In this video, I have demonstrated an activity where the child has a wet towel in one hand and a dry towel in other hand. I am teaching the child that you should not be wet. Being wet is not a good thing. You can either say it or prompt it to help the child understanding the difference between being dry and wet. And why staying dry is important, as you can see in the activity. I am telling the child that wet towel is not good, so he should drop it, and the child has done exactly the same. If your child gets wet, means pee in his pant, you should not get mad. Instead, change his clothes immediately so that he does not develop a habit of staying wet and feeling comfortable with it. If you make them used to staying dry, they will never feel comfortable staying wet and will hopefully toilet train faster. Toilet training can be a longer process and involves many skills like taking off pants, putting them back, sitting on the toilet seat, flushing, washing hands, and finally dry them. Although all these skills look easy, but these many skills can be challenging for some children when they are being developed at the same time. If you try to teach these skills one by one, this may become easier for the child. For example, when you are toilet training your child, you may not want to teach him how to undress himself. Your emphasis should be helping the child learn when and how to sit on the toilet seat. Your target should be only one skill. You should decide whether you want to first teach how to wash hands, or taking off pants, or flushing, or something else. There is no specific age for toilet training. You can start whenever you feel that this is the right time for my child. However, you may not want to start this in winter. Starting toilet training during the summer is the best way. Even if your child remains wet for some time, it will not make him sick. You can also post a chart inside your washroom or toilet area that contains the sequence of using a toilet. For example, the child must undress first, then sit on the toilet seat, use the toilet, wash hands, and then put on clothes. If you use pictures for these sequences, this may help your child a lot in learning how to use toilet. Social stories are also very helpful in this process, especially for children who are 5 to 6 years or older. When we show these stories visually to older children, they may learn faster. Some people claim that they can toilet train children in 3 days. You may not want to follow these shortcuts. You should be calm during this process as it is a time taking skill developing process. Your child may make his pants wet multiple times in the beginning, but you should not lose temper or give up your effort until your child becomes fully toilet trained. You should remember that whenever the problem is, most of the time there is a solution and hard work pays off. That's why keep trying and don't give up. I hope that this video was helpful for you in teaching this important skill to your child. For more informative videos, please like and subscribe to my channel Safiya Help Center. Thank you for watching.